Hello and welcome to my Everything I Knit in January 2024 video, which isn't really everything I knit, it's everything I knit and crochet that I can show you, because there's been a lot of things that the best thing about knitting and crochet is being able to give stuff away. And I have given stuff away. So how do I break down this video? I think I will break it down into... oh, good Lord. We're going to go with wearables. We're going to go with miscellaneous, and we'll go with amigurumi. And I think we'll try and mix and match the knitting and crochet projects together. So the wearables we'll start with. I'm going to start with this because it's the most embarrassing part of it. I've been working on my Stevie jumper for about one evening. So I've got one sleeve. Now the pattern is supposed to go from the top down to the bottom, but I decided to do it the other way around. And I'm still not entirely sure whether or not I've got a wrist that's wide enough. It's according to the pattern as to how many stitches you get down to. But I'm not known for my svelte physique, so we'll see how that goes. But I really, really, really love this yarn from The Woven. It's so nice. Cannot recommend it enough. So part of a sleeve. We've got part of a sleeve. Then in the category of things that are finished, I rescued this project from a moving bin, and they look silly just by themselves, but these are a pair of knitted Converse slippers that fit me. So they are very cool. They do look cool when they're on your feet. They're very warm. I'm going to total around my classroom in them when I'm directing and stuff like that. I might even try to make up another pair in a different colour, so I've got a home pair and a work pair perhaps. But they are really cool. The pattern, I will link the pattern somewhere, probably in the description down below. I'll link the pattern for these because that's been available for some years and it's still really popular. But I finally finished the pair that I was making for myself before I moved 2-3 times ago. So that was a yarn rescue project that got finished and off the needles. Another one that I finished was this pair of baby socks. You may have seen the YouTube short for these. It went slightly gangbusters earlier in the month. So these are just 2 baby socks made out of baby merino on I'd like to say 3mm needles, the green ones anyway. So they're green Zing, Knit Pro, one or the other, 3mm needles. Oh, the sun's coming in bright. So that's my baby socks, that they're completed. So I'm pleased that those are done. I also started, while I was at the beach, knitting a pair of baby booties. And I got precisely this far through the first one before I couldn't remember what the pattern was. So this is my pattern, I should be able to remember, on 3mm needles, and it knits flat, the toe pokes out. There's a tutorial and a free knitting pattern both on YouTube and on my website. I'll link those down below as well. And then these are my yarn needle protecting pointer things that work really well with these because I kept stabbing my project bag over and over again with very pointy baby needles. But I got that far at the beach, and then I went swimming, and then we came home. So that was all that was. Then you may remember the saga of my Christmas socks. I've got the one Christmas sock, can't remember where it got up to at the end of December, and I've turned the corner in sock 2. However, I haven't finished them, so they need to be done. And I'm going to tell myself now, finish at February is going to be the Stevie jumper, these socks. That's my plan. If I make myself accountable to the internet, that'll work. In the category of miscellaneous, I crocheted the 6-day star blanket. Now, I crocheted the 6-day star blanket in 4.5 days. It was on day 5 that I ran out of yarn. So I ran out of the yellow and I ran out of the green. I bought the yarn on sale. It was a half price sale, and now it's full price again. So This is as large as it's going to be, but it's plenty large enough as a lap blanket. It's going to sit over the back of my rocking chair because deep down I'm an old lady and I now have a rainbow crochet blanket. So that's really cool. There's a video that will be out at some point, but honestly, I am so far ahead of videos at the moment. I didn't realize how many things I'd pre-filmed, and I sat down and did a whole stack of editing. Like, we're talking so much editing over the last month that I think I've got videos scheduled until May. I mean, not the ones like everything I've made during that month, and there's definitely room for squeezing them around and moving them about. But I have a lot of videos, so if I carry on in this vein and end up making this many videos, I'll go to 2 videos a week. But for the moment, I've got enough content because I've got to try and get one out every week. That's my plan. Anyway, the saga of the strawberry mice. Because we know that in October, maybe, I did the strawberry mice. The pattern is out for the strawberry mice. Then the strawberry mouse pattern went further, and there was a lemon mouse and a watermelon mouse, and then I can't remember where I got up to in I think the grape mouse may have been in December. I'm unsure of that one. There was definitely some stripy mice in December that were given to my niece and the mother-in-law. Then we've got raspberry mouse, and then finally we've got orange mouse. Now, orange mouse is out as well. There's a tutorial for the strawberry mouse, and it's just basically the pattern for orange mouse because, well, they're all the same except for the colour changes, and the colour changes are the simplest on the citrus mice. So the patterns are all free, but there's that. Anyway, at the same time as this video goes out live, no, it isn't. The week before this video goes out live, the pattern for the sugar mice goes out. So the sugar mice are smaller again. So I'll insert a picture of the sugar mouse up in the side, because the category I forgot was Valentine's knits. So there's the strawberry mice. Then, oh my goodness, I made 3 cup cozies. No, 4. I made 4 cup cozies for an event that I was going to, and the running joke was that they were whiskey cozies. So they were gifted and then followed up with a bottle of whiskey. But I don't even have pictures of those, which is crazy. I can easily get a picture of one of them. Did I write it down? I might have written it down. I don't know. So there were those. And then I made the Valentine's cup cozy. I'll insert the picture there. And then the Stanley cup cozy, because of course that's just so pointless. Like, I like my Stanley cup. It does leak. Is it worth the hype? It does keep things cold. Does it keep things icy for 17 hours? No, it doesn't. But it does keep it cold during the day, and it's been really hot. Then I've been knitting up a whole stack of these Valentine's hearts, because with Valentine's coming up, my plan is to fill my partner's lunchbox up with Valentine's hearts, because as you would have seen in my Valentine's video, I am an embarrassing girlfriend. Then, what else have we got? There are 4 amigurumi projects that I have made and given away, other than what I've got sitting here in front of me. So I'll insert the videos that I made before I gave them away. But they are a horse, a triceratops, and an axolotl from the Complicated Knots patterns, and a crocodile from the skein spider pattern. So I'll insert the videos I made here, and then we'll come back to my ducks. Right, this is a little bit breezy, but I need to film this for my Everything I Knit in January video, because, well, they're going to be given away before the end of January, so this is just going to be spliced in with the Everything I Knit in January at the end of the month. So, it's not even knitting, it's crochet, because I crochet now. I'm a crocheter. Well, no, I've learned to do both, and I'm slowly improving my crochet skills. So, we've got a day coming up with my family where there'll be a bit of a gift exchange going on. And so, what have I made for my nephews? To start with, we've got this axolotl. Why an axolotl? Because evidently they're cool. The children like the axolotls. I don't understand it, but this is an axolotl pattern from Complicated Knots, and I just followed along the YouTube tutorial. He's very cute. And then this red Triceratops, also from Complicated Knots. Honestly, his little skull frill is the cutest thing in the world. Yeah, I had to embroider on the eyes because I forgot to put the eyes in while crocheting away, because it started at the tail and then it went to the nose, and all of a sudden it was like done, and I was like, ah, so they're crocheted on eyes. So this red Triceratops, and that's also from Complicated Knots. And then from Skein Spider, Croaky. Now Croaky was one that did my head in slightly because I ran out of stuffing. I never run out of stuffing, but I ran out of stuffing, and it's now covered in cat hair and dog hair, and that's just how it is. So the horns are stuffed with yarn ends from a whole stack of different projects. So that's my Croaky. So what have I been knitting and crocheting? I made these 3 amigurumi. And also, because I forgot all about it, and this is also going to be given away before the end of January, I crocheted this horse from Complicated Knots' Pegasus pattern. I just didn't put wings on it, and I didn't use her crocheted tail or mane. I used yarn, and this is going to go to my 4-year-old niece. Now, my ducks. So there's a video coming up at some point. I think it's a short that's up on the channel already about the design process of making this paradise duck. Isn't he adorable? Or actually, isn't she adorable? Because what I like about paradise ducks, other than the fact that they live in my pond, is that when you look at the male and the female paradise ducks, it's the female that's more interesting, and she's larger. So I like her very much. She is a healthy, chunky queen, and I love them. They are so fiercely territorial. My dog is afraid of them, but then again, my dog is afraid of everything. So there was the female paradise duck and the male paradise duck. They came along early enough in the process. But who stops at that when they can add the mallard duck, well, we also get mallard ducks on the pond. So the male mallard duck is also here. And these patterns, are they released yet? No. The pattern is, there was a pattern call, tester call out on this channel. And if you contact me, I'll throw you the pattern for a tester call for mallard over on Ribbler. And I think the pattern for the mallard is maybe live on Etsy. I'm not sure. Eventually they might all be live on Etsy, but that's just for people who want the PDF download. If you want the free pattern, they'll all be up on my website at some point. So we've got 4 ducks. I do have plans for more ducks. I have plans for a little blue duck, and I have plans for a swan, which isn't a duck, I'm well aware, but I've got the plans for those to go, and at some point those will be created and released as well. So fruit mice and ducks, that has been what I've been doing. And then the last thing I did, and this video won't be up for such a long time, it's so ridiculous, that's how far ahead I am, it is so ridiculous, is I made the Sunday socks. I'll insert a picture here. The Sunday socks from Petite Knit, but I did them in a day for my father-in-law because it was the night before we were coming back from the hospital with my father, and my partner said, oh, it's Dad's birthday tomorrow. It's all right, I'm now starting to put these things into my phone as a recurring event so that nothing's going to sneak up on me ever again. And so while we were driving back, I thought, I've got this massive cone of yarn from Palliser Ridge, which is a really, really nice cone of yarn. Like, I bought 3 of them because they come in natural black, natural white, and then a dyed navy blue. And I've made socks out of the navy blue one and the natural black before, so I know the yarn relatively well. So I made the Sunday socks, and I made them in a day. I did nothing else. I had lunch, well, I had breakfast at about 11:15. I had lunch at about 2 o'clock, but they were still finished in time. So they were finished by about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was very pleased with that. So that is everything I have knit and crochet in the month of January. And in February, my plan is finish it. Finish it February is the goal. Now, I know that I'm going to end up starting something else because we're not quite the end of January. But we are so close to the end of January that it was worth filming this now so that I can get it up and edited in time. And there's not really enough time to even finish this sock. But I'm sure I'm going to start another sock because I started working on a design project. And then I worked on a different design project, and there's something I really want to make, and I really want to make it by May. And in order to make it by May, I think I've got some of the yarn, but I haven't got all of the yarn. So in order to make it by May, I need to get started in April. But in order to justify buying the yarn for that project, I really do need to get knitting and finish some more things. So that's everything I made in January. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I love watching everybody else's videos about what they made and crocheted or knitted in the month of whatever. And I will see you at the end of February with everything I made in February. In the meantime, don't expect next month to have anywhere near this many things because I've just had more time to knit and crochet and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. But being able to give away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9 different things this month has been, no, 10 different things got given away this month, but not all of them are made this month because one of them was made last month. Has been really cool, and I enjoy that very much. So I will see you next week. Bye.